Hi, are you struggling with getting the most out of your meetings? Well, in this lesson, we're learning all about AI meeting notes. So that way you can save time, you can save money, you can follow up and make sure all the things that were discussed on meetings actually happen. Hi, I'm Angel from RT Course Experts, and we help creative online course teachers with their tech. In this lesson, we're learning all about Zoom's AI note-taking features. We're going to learn what is it, why use it, and how to use it. Then we'll go over an example, and finally, we'll summarize our top tips. So in this lesson, we're going to learn all about leveraging AI note-taking features, also called the AI companion. So first of all, what is it? Well, it transcribes and summarizes meeting spoken words into topical written text notes. So everything that's discussed, it chunks up and it shares it with you so that you can have really good notes about your meeting. Well, why would you use it? Well, it provides useful overview of every key topic, including the tasks. So that way the people are aligned, you can save time, you can save money, you have those notes there, you can archive it, you can go back to the last meeting, look at those notes and start your next meeting. A lot of really cool benefits. All right, so let's get into a how-to guide. First, we'll talk about setting up, and then we'll talk more about the benefits that we get from setting it up. So first, in order to use the Zoom AI note-taking features, you need a Zoom paid account. Any of the tiers will work. Now, by default, the AI note-taker is turned off. So you have to go to Settings, AI Companion, and turn it on. So that way you can start accessing all the AI companion features. You're going to also specify if after the AI notes are done, do you just want to get a link like, hey, here's a link to the notes, or get an email with everything there that you can quickly forward? I like to get an email that has all the notes automatically after every Zoom meeting. Then you're going to specify if you want these notes shared with just you as the Zoom owner, maybe you're the teacher or the coach, you want to review, or do you want to automatically send it to everybody that was in the Zoom? So I have it sent to me, and then based on a meeting, on a case-by-case basis, I decide if I'm going to share it with my team or a student or a client. You can also specify if you want the Zoom chats to be transcribed, to be summarized. So these are the chats that appear in Zoom. So you have the faces, right? The videos, the screen share, etc. And then on the sidebar, you have the chats, direct messages. So do you want those Zoom chats to be summarized as well? So once you have that all set up and you start having meetings, you'll see that there's an AI companion menu item. And in there, that's where you're going to see all your different meeting notes. Okay, and we're going to get into that in a second. But that's going to have every time there's a meeting that has AI companion notes, that's where it's going to be. So at this point, you have it set up. You can start leveraging it. Just leave it on, let it start collecting. And then little by little, you can come in and tweak the settings as you feel more comfortable, or as Zoom starts to release additional features to the AI companion. So let's go over some of the benefits of using an AI note taker like Zoom's AI companion. First of all, it creates a brief, quick recap. What was this meeting about? Just like 2 sentences, real quick. These people talked about this stuff, real detailed, and it's great. It's a great summary. So as soon as you look at it, you can see, oh yeah, that was the agenda, or oh gosh, we were all over the place. In the future, you're going to tweak your meetings to be a little bit better. Then it breaks out all your main topics into these chunks. So every individual topic that's not correlated, in a half-hour meeting, you might hit 5, 7 different topics. So every topic is broken out into a chunk. The topic gets a nice, bold, smart headline like, hey, we talked about finance, or we talked about this online course. So the topics get a smart headline. This is like a nice, brief one-liner, bolded, and maybe every 5 minutes, what was that thing that you was talked about? So that's great. And for every single topic, you also get like a little 5-line paragraph to summarize what was discussed during that topic. The AI companion also extracts out next steps. Hey, there's these things that you're going to do next. We're going to add this to the to-dos, or whatever those keywords were, it detected it. So it can factor those out and it can pull those out. And you can maybe get a couple of bullets of what are the next steps for your next meeting, or what are things that people are going to do after the meeting. Really useful. And then, of course, you can edit the notes. So you can go and say, ooh, actually, this one bullet is really two bullets. Or, I mean, it is AI. It's not perfect. It's getting better and better every year. But nevertheless, if you want to stylize it like in human or in your own words, or break it out very specifically to your team or your students, then go ahead and edit it, or just use the notes for yourself. If you need to, you can delete your notes as well. Like, that was just a quick meeting, there wasn't really much there. Or you could just let it ride and it'll just show up in your AI companion list. Finally, after every meeting, you're going to get the notes automatically emailed to you. You can then choose to tweak it, forward it, or you can use the share buttons and just enter specific people's emails, or in your own mail program you probably already have your teammates or certain clients, and you could just forward with them directly. So there's a lot of benefits. You're going to save time, you're going to have great note taking, you're going to have an expanded memory because it's all digitized. And so that's going to be really useful as you run your creative online business. Let's check out an example of what an AI meeting summary would look like for an online coach. So in this example, there's this creative coach. She teaches drama. Her name's Mira. And so she just had a meeting with her student Zarin. So we're just gonna see some of the very high level things that would come from this meeting. So you turned on all your AI companion, you have the notes, you have it auto emailed, and so you're beginning your Zoom, you do your Zoom meeting, and you hit all these different topics. So let's see what's a high level summary that would potentially come back. So first of all, you get kind of a new meeting container. The meeting summary, the meeting happened on this particular date, on this year, at this time, and you would see it there. And you might even have kind of a summary like, hey, this is Mira's drama school, right? So you would get that and you would know exactly what that topic is. And then you'll see the quick recap. Hey, Mira and Zarin, they talked about eye contact during scenes, right? This is all about acting and how maybe tilting the head affects delivery. So these are the high level quick topics that were discussed between the coach and the student. Then you might see a variety of topics. You might see a summary of each of the key topics. First, they practice a scene and you hear the students talk, and Zarin was talking and Mira was listening or giving some comments. And then they went into some specific other topics that were deep dives. So there was a whole topic around eyes and controlling your eyes. And there's a little paragraph of what the specific things were that Mira talked about to Zarin about the eye contact, the intensity, the looking, the movement of the eyes, all that sort of stuff. And then there was this separate topic, not to be blended with eyes, but the head position. This is an example of how the head position could be used, how the head position could be an important factor in acting. There's a whole discussion there that was happening, the back and forth, where Mira gave tips and Zarin understood and asked questions. So there was this whole topic that happened about head positioning. Finally, in the AI meeting notes, there's these next steps that were discussed. Some of them were inside the topics, and some of them just happened at the end of the meeting. So the next steps example could be that Zarin's going to keep practicing. Maybe he's going to practice scene 4. That's his homework. He's going to practice scene 4 in the mirror. Then he's going to record it, watch it on his phone, and then send it back to the coach for review for their next coaching session. They talked for about 30 minutes. Zoom extracted all the good points. It summarized what the whole thing was about. It identified next steps and homework for the students or the teammates, and all the bulk of it is there. So in the future meeting, Coach can go back and look at the notes. She could have forwarded it to the student so he can have a copy of what's the next step. Or she could have extracted, just copy and paste, just the next steps and send that along. Or, as she chooses. So if you want to level up, try AI Notes. They can make meetings more productive, and it makes people, whether it's your teammates or your students and clients, it can make them more accountable. So let's summarize. Here are the top things you need to know. In Zoom, if you have a paid plan, there's this cool new thing called AI Companion. There it does lots of stuff. And one of the main things it does is AI Notes. It takes notes, it converts what people are saying into words, and then it uses AI to extract out those key topics that were discussed. It can then mash that all up and it has a summary of the entire meeting. It can also pick and choose keywords of what are the next steps for your meeting. So, bunch of settings, make sure you turn them on, try it out. Once the meetings start, you'll see some notes. Hey, maybe this meeting's being recorded, or maybe this meeting has AI Companion turned on. So it has those notifications. And then if you turned everything on, you could just benefit from it. And you're automatically getting those email notes that you can use. You can share with your team, you can share with your clients. So now you're a lot smarter on AI Notes. And this should help you whether you're an online course teacher, a community leader, or an online coach. To learn more, check out the info and links in the notes. If you're loving this stuff, subscribe to keep leveling up your creative business. And if you need any tech help with your courses, community, or teacher website, visit www.rtcourseexperts.com. Thanks for hanging out. Let's stay in touch.